Good evening, Flosstube. My name is Mandy. Welcome to my channel, all about cross stitch. Today is Saturday, March 23rd. My pronouns are she, her, and we've got some cross stitch stuff to share today. Normally I film on Fridays. It's between Thursday and Friday. I think Friday has been more of a schedule thing. I did not feel like filming last night or yesterday on my lunch, because that's usually what I tend to do is film on my lunch break. I let the video upload while I'm working and all of that kind of stuff. I just was not in the mood for it yesterday. Then by the time I was clocking off of work, I had a headache. I didn't feel like filming. Which actually it ended up being a really good thing that I was holding off, because then my idea was, oh, I'll get up this morning and, you know, film first thing kind of in the morning. Well, then I realized that I had a package out for delivery that needed to wait to be able to share today. No sense in opening a package just to hold it for 2 weeks when I could have just held off on filming my video, and it was worth it. Worth the wait for the package, worth the holding off on the Flosstube, and then I've just had a lazy day today. I've gotten a lot of stitching already done today. I've cleaned my kitchen a little bit. I went grocery shopping. I even had time for a nap. But yeah. Did have a few days since I filmed last where I got no stitching in. It was a fun time, and definitely I was away from home for a few days. And a lot, you know, other stuff going on and whatnot. So no stitching took place, but that's okay. I made up for it in other days, that's for sure. I got to participate in a pinball tournament that I don't normally get to go to, so that was fun. Yeah. Otherwise, I've been stitching, you know, working, reading. I've gotten into reading a book that just absolutely have not wanted to put down. It's actually kind of surprising that I didn't even pick it up today, in the midst of everything else that I was doing. But I can share that later. I did get a little bit of, I'll go ahead and show these first. These are not my stitching, but I did receive a couple of artist trading cards. If you are familiar with Laura, Stitching by the Shore, she hosts a ATC swap. So in, let's see, I think it was a February due date. She shipped them in March, sent them out in March, I guess, with a theme for winter. And so the two that I got are very cool. The first one is stitched by somebody named Debbie, and it's just labeled as penguin. You can see the cute little penguin in their igloo. So very cool. I love the little brads that are put in the corner, some glitter. I meant to actually dig out a, I think I'm just going to put these in a little photo album because I'm really not sure what to do with them at the moment. And I know I've got a photo, just like a little 4x6 photo album or something that I can probably put two side by side in. The next one is, was stitched by Sarah. We've got Feed the Birds. That is so pretty. It's got beads. I can't tell you how long it took to realize that this is a stamp, not stitched. I totally just, when I saw it, I thought, oh, it's back stitched. It's beautiful though. I love it. Love all the little birds. We've got snowflakes. So thank you to Sarah and Debbie for those. No clue if they watch my channel. And thank you, huge thank you to Laura for hosting the swap. I am looking forward to participating in another one. All right, diving into some whip, shall we? I do have this next piece on the Q-step. I'm not going to take it off because it's going to be a finish this coming week. The next drop comes out on Monday, and so I'll probably have it finished early this coming week, so I don't want to take it back off the Q-snap. So this is my Gilmoreisms from Forbidden Fiber Co. And so I've got two more drops that were added, and so we just have the last one. I did start the frame a little bit, but so I've got one last one to do that will be released this coming Monday. So since I shared this last, we've got You Want to Devil Egg Jess's Car, and it's a car with a deviled egg. I love that Leanne designed a car, and the color of the floss is absolutely perfect for what his little beater was. So if you're not familiar with the TV show Gilmore Girls, they end up at a baby shower. They come home with deviled eggs, and Rory decides to egg Jess's car, but they don't have raw eggs, they have deviled eggs. So he comes out the next morning and realizes that his car had been egged, but devil egged. It was so funny. And then, very classic line, very early on, I want to say it was like episode 2, if I remember seeing right, from Leanne's caption. Rory is on her way to school, and she stops at a stop sign to look for some notes in the vehicle, and all of a sudden she gets hit by a deer. She calls her mom and says, the deer hit, or, the deer hit me. You got hit by a deer? No, a deer hit me. So, adorable little deer. I love it. So I cannot wait to see what the next drop is going to be. I had commented on Leanne's last Instagram post about it, and I was just commenting about how I love that she's had some of the more obscure references in that, and not the so blatant drop of I smell snow. If you know the show, you know that's a very common line. And so she replied saying that she can confirm that it is not I smell snow. So no clue what it's gonna be. In a group chat, somebody did reference that there were no references yet of coffee, which, is quite surprising. So it'll be interesting to see what comes next. I don't remember if I mentioned in the last video, I think it would have been the last one, that Leanne is coming out with another similar style of this weekly drop with frames like this, based off of the movie Ever After. I did buy that. I'm so excited. I had a little bit of money left, gift money bonus thing that I got from work that was the perfect amount to buy the kit. This is stitched on a piece of 16 count Casablanca from Forbidden Fiber Co. Using the over dyed flosses. I bought the whole kit from this, and so I bought the Ever After with Drew Barrymore, that movie, from like the 90s. I remember I used to have that movie on VHS, and then I had to get upgraded to a DVD. So I'm definitely gonna have to watch that soon, because it's been a long time since I've seen the movie, and as much as I love the movie, I don't know that I'll necessarily pick up on every reference that ends up dropping, so I'm definitely going to need a refresher. My next whip, I got a little portion done of this Thursday night, and this is Halloween Quaker by Leela's Studio. I adore this piece. I am so excited to be working on this again, and cannot wait to have it finished. If I zoom in here, you see the little red lines drawn quite hastily around there. That is something that I drew on just editing the picture. I divided this piece up to get it finished in a year, and so based on when I did that, and if I keep on track, then I am looking for a finish on this in the month of July. If I get to feeling like I'm already starting to feel I did not want to put this down after I got that portion finished, so I still reserve the right to just go completely ham on it, and I am at 77% stitched on it, so it's entirely possible that I just may decide to go completely ham and finish it out. So I've got 3 corners done. I do have to still come back over here and do the spider web, but that's like long stitches that I plan on doing that last, so that the Q-snap doesn't mess it up. The portion that I did this past week was this mandala with the cats and the purple, and then I added in this little teeny motif right here. So definitely feeling the let's just keep stitching on this, but I am putting it down for now. We will see next month. So I've got like a couple big motifs left, and then there's gonna be at the corner, there's gonna be the boots, I've got 3 bigger motifs, the one with skeletons. So this is stitched on a piece of 16 count Picture This Plus in the color J. And I adore this piece. If I haven't said it before, I love it. It's funny how the piece really sat for a long time. I did not pick it up for a long time. And then I came up with the idea of jumping on like a lot of other people are doing with dividing something up and, you know, to get it stitched in a year or whatever. And it definitely made me fall in love with the piece all over again. And so far I've stuck with just keeping my little divided portions out and, you know, kind of sticking with that. But we'll see if I decide to just go ham on it. My next piece, I brought this out for 2 different challenges. I'm in Whip Warriors. I used it for Stitching by the Shore from Laura's Facebook group. She's got a I Spy challenge, and so I used it for that. We are looking at, why do I love this piece so much? It's the Halloween. It is more Halloween stitching. I didn't even think about that. Mini Haunted House from Donna Gelsinger, charted by Heaven and Earth. I love the design, but I'm gonna tell you, this is not a challenge piece. At least where I'm at, because holy confetti. But it's worth it. I put in over 500 stitches in a few different, couple different stitching sessions, I guess. Really just filling in. If you saw a before picture, it really was just not so filled in. I don't think it really went down too far. It was just really filling in. So I'm just in that upper left hand corner. You can really see, especially when I held it up, like I didn't really pick up on, even though this is a mini, you can still see the detail, and it blows me away. Just, you know, seeing through here, you can see the trees, and, you know, I don't know if that's some moonlight shining through, I guess. I don't know. 16 count white Aida, 2 strands, full cross. That's how I do all of my full coverage. And this is slow going. As much as I love this piece, that confetti just definitely slowed me down. So at one point I definitely picked out a color that I could do a lot of stitches in, and just to try to really get to filling in. So it feels good to get 500 stitches on. I don't know that I'll pick it back up, you know, again here in the next week or 2, but it's still on the Q-snap, so I definitely could always pick it up and add some more stitches. No like real deadline of when I'm trying to get it done. I shouldn't say no real deadline. There is no deadline of trying to get this done in a certain time frame. I'm currently sitting at around 4% complete. And my next piece, if you have watched before, you know that you will be no stranger to this piece. This is my oldest full coverage. It is my focus of the year. Mini Dark Goddess, artwork by Heaven and Earth. No, the artwork is Carol Cavallaris, charted by Heaven and Earth. Those purples, I'm in love with this piece. I did get a page finish since I shared it on my last video. I'm not taking it off the Q-snap. I'm not taking it out of the grime guard. If you want to see what that page finish looked like in the whole piece, go to my stitching, go to my Instagram, StitchingBee82, and you'll see the full picture. It's definitely looking amazing. It's kind of cool to see how the petals are coming out. Kind of looks a little strange at the moment, but we're gonna move on from that. It's double pages right here. Literally the last page on the row is like that many stitches wide. I have not yet zeroed out any colors. I'm so looking forward to that. I finished page 13. Will that be right? 13 and then 14, 15. I guess this will be page 15. And then there's going to be one more row of full-size pages and a row below that that's short pages. I'll be stitching those together. So from here on out, it's going to be double page finishes. So every time I, you know, pull it off the using it because of finishing a page. It's going to be double page finishes. So that is my mini Dark Goddess. This next piece, my last WIP, has been calling to me, and I just hadn't been doing anything about it, but I finally decided last night I needed to answer that call. So I am using this again for both of those challenges that I mentioned. I am stitching this for my mom. Mini C, words just went out of my brain. Mini C Opal, artwork by Elizabeth Welker, charted by Haid. Not all of my full coverages are Haid's, but nearly every single one of them are. I was on the website the other day for unconventional cross stitch, and then I was on Pain Free Craft. Nothing caught my eye yet. I've got plenty to keep me busy, but I love these colors. These are my mom's signature colors. If you ever have seen the movie Steel Magnolias, Shelby's colors are blush and bashful. I can say them with that southern accent. I don't know what these colors would be called in shades like that, but that would be my mom's signature colors. That is for sure. These are like her favorite colors. I am plugging away on page 3. I meant to mention my Dark Goddess, I'm just shy of 70%. Right? Yeah, I think I'm just shy of 70%, so that's exciting. At the rate that I've been going, I should see a finish sometime during the month of May. Yeah, this is currently at about 17%, I think, and I'm plugging away on page 3. But I've already gotten like 700 stitches done on it today. I really have starting filling in a lot here, and then this shade right here, that's like pretty much all one color. So loving the colors on this. I've finished pages 1 and 2, so working on page 3. It's been a while since I've worked on this. I feel like maybe I worked on it once earlier this year. If not this year, then it was the end of at some point last year. So I really think that after I finish Dark Goddess, I may make this one more of a focus piece. Not plans of getting it finished this year because this is a bigger piece. Even though it's a mini, it's still got over 100,000 stitches in it. Mini Dark Goddess is 83,000. So just because it's labeled a mini doesn't mean that it's that small. But the full size of this, like the regular size of this design, is massive. And the mini is just as gorgeous. So this is not a secret stitch by any means. Mom's quite aware of it. She picked it out. But I know she's going to want to have it hanging on a wall in her house or something. So I really don't want this one to linger for 6 years like Dark Goddess has. So I probably picked this up to really make this more of a focus piece after I finished Mini Dark Goddess. It's kind of what's been lingering in the back of my mind to do anyways. So I really need to put some time in on it. So that is my Mini Sea Opal. And that is all of the WIPs that I have to share. I really haven't worked on all that much different stuff. Of course, like I mentioned, there was a couple of days that I did not get any stitching in. And so, that didn't help a whole lot there, I guess. But I'm happy with what I have stitched, that's for sure. So on to haul, I guess, and then I'll explain the other portion of it. Part of it, I've purchased some other stuff, was a swap situation. So I joined in on Cece from Java Pearl, or, well, that's their Instagram handle, GGKCS, I think is what their YouTube channel is. Was having a D-stash. Cece has gotten a service dog and pumpkin needs training. And so they're having a D-stash to raise money to help pay for the training. And so my stuff came in. So Cece threw in some stickers. So we've got a little popsicle and mint chocolate chip popsicle. Love mint chocolate chip. And look at this adorable little kitty. I have all of my floss boxes that I cover in stickers, and yes, I do have, I bought a label maker specifically to label my floss boxes. Yep. And so Cece had all kinds of patterns. I think there was some, yeah, there was fabric, yarn, a lot of different stitching stuff. So I got one of those, I don't know, floss beds, I guess. There is a magnet right there for like a needle minder. This is felt that I can be able to put floss on so that I don't lose, well, you know, if I'm changing colors a bunch or something like that. So a little camping. And then a book sleeve that could use as a project bag, I guess, but it's Wonka. Cartoony, but I absolutely love Willy Wonka. I love that movie. And the inside is Wonka bars. The prequel that came out at the end of last year, adored it. Absolutely love that movie. There were some project stickers. So you can put stitched by, date, designer, title, notes, and to put on the back of a project. So these are Halloween ones. They'd make good use for a stitching journal or something. And then these beautiful butterflies. And same thing, title, designer, stitched by, date, notes. So these are all beautiful butterflies, dragonfly. And then got a pattern. So this is Garden Box from Jeanette Douglas. I have absolutely zero intentions of stitching it into this beautiful wooden box, but there's a bird and a pretty little bee skip that I'll stitch at some point. I don't know. I just thought it was really pretty. Definitely not my style of stitching, especially when 3 out of the 5 projects that I shared today are full coverage. This is so not my style, but it's really pretty. Look at that bird. Birds. I am definitely all about stitching the birds. Okay. So the next portion is the package that I was waiting for. I had the tracking information. I knew it was out for delivery, so had to hold off on that. This ended up starting, it was a, we called it Kit It Up Swap. So Kit It Up. And then many people were starting their projects on Valentine's Day, kind of a Galentine's swap type of thing. So basically the intention was to, we shared wish lists. We were partnered up, and I never shared what I bought for my partner. But I did send out a Barbara Anna spooky tree. So I got fabric, all the flosses. I sent some floss rings, all kinds of different little goodies like that. So basically it was one of those things that you could shop your stash, or, you know, there was kind of a price point that we could spend, you know, buy the stuff. So I ended up buying the project, buying the linen and floss and all of that, and then the little notions that I included, I shopped my stash for all of that. So mine was delayed a little bit coming into me. It was coming from overseas, and so it just came in today. So I ended up getting Glendon Place Sleepy Hollow. I love this design. Halloween, of course. All the Halloween stitching. Do we notice that I love Halloween stitching yet? All about it. And so I got all the goodies for this. And that's Natalie hooked me up. Natalie dyed this amazing fabric, and this piece is huge. Like, I can't even get... It's massive. The note did say that Natalie dyed it themselves, and look at that. Very cool. It's beautiful. I love it. I just don't know that it fits the mood. This is really bright, whereas this is more moodiness. So I don't think I'm going to pair them together, but I will absolutely find projects for this. And then there was a little, you can see this little moment here. This makes me smile. Small item. Small mail for snail mail forever. Try reading these backwards. So Natalie included this beautiful card. I love these things. Biscoff cookies. Where am I going to put all this stuff? All kinds of tea. And then needle minders. Oh my gosh, look at these needle minders. They are Sleepy Hollow. 2 different ones. I absolutely love this style. And look at this one. It's got a little pink fuzzy on the back of it. But yes, love those. She made thread jewelry and a scissor fob. Look at this thing. Oops. This thing is gorgeous. I don't know what I'm looking at. That little bead is so pretty. And look at the detail on that. So a little floss ring. Here's the scissor fob. Same little, not same, but similar little feather. She said she made these too. I think she did some kind of a retreat or something that she made them locally or something. So look at that one too. The design on that. So very pretty. And then a thread conditioner, little waxer. Look at this little threader. I gotta figure out how to use this style. I only know how to use the ones that have the very tiny metal loop. That's like a little wire loop. I cannot figure out how to use these. So I will have to try to figure that out. And then, so that's all the notions. So then she kitted up with all of the extras, or all of the floss and stuff. I've never seen Kreinik in this cord. It's called for. I've just never seen that style because I'm used to seeing this style. The number 4. Is that the number 4 braid? Yeah. So I've never seen this particular style. It's really fine. You can see the end of it off the spool there. I've never seen anything like that. And then we've got the beads. So called for beads. And then the water lilies. This makes, I had to look back at the pattern because I'm like, where is this called for? It's the moon. So this is the softest stuff. And last but not least, called for DMC. This pattern's got a lot of floss for it. So let me put this stuff back in here before we lose it. You can see things falling off, ending up underneath the couch, or stitches running off with that floss. Speaking of stitches, she must have gone to bed. She was sitting out here as soon as, like, when I was starting to film, but I think she went to bed. I was hoping I'd get her on the back of the couch, but I realize now she's not even out here. So that is all of the stitching stuff. So huge thank you to Natalie for all of my gift of the swap. I have no clue when I'm going to start it at this time. But it's on my to-do list. I've had my eye on that piece forever. I was looking at the back of the pattern. It had a 2009 copyright date on it. I had no clue it's been out that long. If you want to see a stunning finish of it, Christine stitches all the things. I know she hasn't, she decided to stop making videos, but if you go to any of her, like, Halloween, it's on her Instagram page too, Halloween decor, she got it framed by that, Jill Rensel? I don't, everyone, I'm sure people know who I'm talking about, the framer that does the artwork on the mat and everything like that. It's a beautiful piece. So I've had my eye on that project since she shared it. I won't ever get it framed anything similar to that. I can't imagine what that costs. But yeah, eventually I will get that started. So that's all that I really have to share for stitching. Plans. I actually meant to pull this out. I do need to work on it, but it's under stuff at the moment. I don't want to move things around. I need to get my Carolyn Manning round robin piece stitched on. One of the gals in my group finished their portion, so they're ready to send it, and they send to me, I believe. And so I need to get mine going. So that's our original, like, timeline was the end of March. I know I'm not the only one who hasn't stitched mine though. So yeah, we're not on any kind of stark deadline to get those moved on, so it's just sometime this year. But I don't want to be the last one to not have barely touched mine either. So I will just share the last little thing regarding a book, because I really haven't shared a whole lot of book-wise lately. So if you're not here for anything more stitchy, I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, day, evening, wherever you're watching this. No clue how long this is going to take to upload. It is after 9 on Saturday evening. This will be quick though. I've been seeing this on social media lately. Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. I mean, it's been published out for a while. I found it on my Goodreads that I had marked it as to be read. Oh gosh, yeah, this is from 2016. Republished again in 2018. So this book has definitely been out a while. My sister had recently read it and said that it was really good, so I decided to read it too, and you can tell I'm almost done with it. I can't put this thing down. So, yeah. Gal runs from where she's living after she went through some trauma. She had to get away from her home and ends up in a small town on a lake in Maine. And she ends up meeting a local who he had some of his own trauma as a child, and his vocal cords had been damaged, so he can't talk. And so she befriends him, and you know, it turns into a love story and all of that. It's so good. There was actually been a couple of evenings after work that I moved from my desk over to the couch just to sit and read instead of picking up my stitching right away. So very sweet story. Less than 100 pages left to finish with it, I guess, and I can't imagine that I won't like how it ends. So that's really about all that I have to share today. So we're gonna get this uploaded, we're gonna get back to stitching, watch some Flosstube, and yeah, I guess that's about it. Midwestern goodbye that it's gonna take forever. I don't know why I'm not ending this, because I really don't have anything else to say. I hope you are doing well. I hope you're getting lots of stitching in. Share with me what you're stitching on, and yeah, keep stitching on what brings you joy, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.